hoofnuus vanaand, die uitgeskopte voormalige ambassadeur Ebrahim Rasool sê hy is nie spyt oor dit wat hy oor die FSA kwytgeraak het nie. En die bergfietslegendes Annika Langwil en Nino Schurter wen vanjaar die Absa Cape Epic fietstoer. Goeienaand en welkom by die nuus in Afrikaans. Suid-Afrika se voormalige ambassadeur in die FSA, Ebrahim Rasool, sê hy is nie spyt oor die opmerkings wat gelei het tot sy Amerikaanse uitsetting nie. Rasool sê hy handel nog sy verslag aan president Cyril Ramaphosa oor die gebeure af. 'n Groot groep ondersteuners het Rasool by die Kaapstad se internasionale lughawe terug verwelkom in die land.
Rasool is gul verwelkom met sy terugkoms in die land nadat die Amerikaanse president Donald Trump hom tot persona non grata verklaar het. Hy het Trump in 'n webinar daarvan beskuldig dat hy 'n aanhanger is van wit heerskappy. Die oud-ambassadeur reken steeds dat Suid-Afrika sy verhouding met die FSA moet herbou.
Our relationship with America over 50 years has not always been with the White House. It has sometimes been with Congress, and it has always been with the people of the United States of America. When the White House and Congress declared us as terrorists, it was the dock workers in San Francisco that refused to touch South African goods. When Congress did not want to have sanctions, it was the American people who did not eat our fruit and did not touch our goods. And so we have this relationship that we must reset and we must rebuild. And we must hope that President Cyril Ramaphosa will be able to pick up where we left off. But we cannot have a simplistic idea that while we say there must be an ambassador, that you must put a white ambassador for a white president in the United States.
Rasool sê, Suid-Afrika gaan nie sy beleid oor Israel verander of sy rug draai op Palestina of sy ander bondgenote ter wille van diplomatie nie.
We would have preferred to come here to say that we have won for you a goer, but we could not win it by withdrawing our case from the International Court of Justice against Israel, because as we stand here, the bombing has continued and the shooting has continued, and if South Africa was not in the ICJ, Israel would not be exposed and the Palestinians would have no hope. Yes. We would have preferred to come here and say that we have won for you trade deals and that we have been able to secure for us trade deals, but we could not do so by allowing the US to choose who must be our friends and who must be our enemies.
Hy sê diplomatieke verhoudings vereis nie dat 'n land sy beginsels moet laat paar om 'n gasheerland te paai nie.
The diplomacy of Ubuntu is not about forfeiting your interests and not having interests with another country, but it is about pursuing your interest but keeping your dignity. That's what the diplomacy of Ubuntu is about, and that's what I thought was the way forward in this very difficult and challenging situation of our relationship with the United States. We have tried to engage, we have been met with executive orders that cut our aid, cut PEPFAR, and now we sit with the idea that millions could be reinfected with HIV and AIDS. The research for the vaccine may not be one that could be completed. Those are the dangerous things that are happening and why we must mend our relationship or sit out the next 4 years.
Die ANC se alliansievennote sê die heldeontvangs van Rasool is nie strydig met Ramaphosa se beroep om nie die wankelrige verhouding tussen Pretoria en Washington verder te beskadig nie.
Ek dink eerlik te wees wat hy gesê het is wat regtig gebeur currently. Ek dink hy was verkeerd nie. As die Amerikaanse mense dink dat of as die president dink dat wat hy gesê het dat verkeerd was, dan moet hulle geroep in 'n vergadering om die ding te discuss om te kyk kan die ding oplos nie. Maar om iemand te verban uit 'n land te insult.
Rasool sal na verwagting môre na Pretoria reis. Vanessa Puna, SAK nuus, Kaapstad.
Die Inkatha Vryheidsparty het vandag sy 50ste bestaanjaar gevier. Die sekretaris-generaal van die IFP Jeugbrigade, Mlungisi Mabaso, het die vieringe opgedra aan wyle prins Mangosuthu Buthelezi, wat die party op 21 Maart 1975 gestig het. Die vieringe het na verwagting meer as 30.000 IFP-ondersteuners na die Prins Mangosuthu Stadion in Ulundi, KwaZulu-Natal gelok.
The journey of the IFP over the 50 years has been a remarkable one. A journey of good times, a journey of difficult times, and a journey now again of good times. Ours has been a story of resilience, service, and integrity.
Hiermee sluit ons die Afrikaanse naweek nuus af. Onthou om môre aand om 8:30 op S3 in te skakel vir die Afrikaanse bulletin. Totsiens.